what we're doing tonight. So, Jeff Tyler, I think you're sort of the chairman of this whole shebang, right? Come on up.
Thank you everybody for coming. It's great that we were able to fill this up a week ago. We never really know how many is going to show up to help support our organization. But we've got about 170 here tonight, and better than some years. How many of you here have been following and supporting NWPOA for the whole 7 years that we've been going? All right, thank you. This is a pretty good showing. Yeah, the first year, Bob Bingham started this organization. It was over the ULUC land use codes. And the board put me on at the end of that first year. And we wanted to keep it going because what we learned was by having a lot of people show up at a government meeting, we were able to do something. And that really had an effect on me. I've been involved in different groups and political organizations, but NWPOA actually does something tangible. On your paperwork there, it says, maybe it's not there, but we kind of have a catchphrase now, that if not for NWPOA, you could be paying the tribe for your water, and you could be paying Canada for your power. And that's a true story. Norm is here, and he's going to speak, and he can verify that. It wasn't just us alone. Of course, we had some other groups of people working with us. But what we did, though, was we got people organized. We took the numbers that we had from the beginning, the 200 members that we had, and Norm, after the ULC was over, we thought, well, where are we going from here? You know, we've got the numbers, but what can we do to help build our community and protect property rights? Out of the blue, Norm called up and said, you've got water adjudication starting, and I'm trying to find a group that can help me and to work on this water adjudication, because there could be some issues with the Indian tribe and the federal government being able to take over the control of the water, and I can't find a group that could do that. Could you guys do that? So we got our members together, and we had about 180 thereabouts of our members that had water wells filed so that we could join that suit. And because of that, we were able to, through all these years with Norm, we've been able to win all the court cases. It's still ongoing. Norm will tell you more about it in a little bit. But that was the value of having an organization already in place that could do something tangible at a moment's notice. And so that's what the 6 years that I've been on this board, and I think I'm the only one on our board now that has been doing this long. I don't know that anybody wants to step into my shoes, so I'm just going to keep doing it. But for those years, we've been able to use those numbers and build those numbers, and that is what's so important today, especially with what's going on. We found that the numbers is what gets something done. Before I go too much farther with that, I wanted to thank the reason we're here is to raise some money so that we still have ongoing expenses with our attorney, Norm, and that's why I so appreciate all of you that are here. So I want to at least say a little bit of appreciation to our sponsors. We have some gold sponsors: Redmond Insurance, Bauer for Coopee County Sheriff, Reagan Designs, Macomber Law, Silver Detail, the Hightower family, and Steve Vick is also a sponsor. He's in Texas seeing his kids, so he let some others sit at his table. And I want to also thank Black Sheep Sporting Goods, Spartacus Coins, Richard E. Lane, North Idaho Water Wells, Corners Furniture, Robin Gray, Angelo's Restaurant, NorthWest Outfitters, Triple B Guns, King of Glory, Prairie Home Farm, Grow It Media, Chad Ross, the Hightower family, NutriShop, and Cortland Hummons. Those are people that helped us with silent auction items. So I would hope that you guys would go and look at our silent auction items and bid those when we have dinner. We're going to have dinner just after I'm done here, it's really great. We got Mike Talon here. He's with Big Daddy Sweets, and he's got a food truck out here on Prairie. But we have chicken and tri-tip and a couple of different desserts you can pick from. So that's going to be really good. I wanted to also, since we do have different board members over the last 6-7 years, I'd like to have the board members stand up when I call your name. I think we have a great board now, and you guys should know who our board is. Summer Bushnell is our vice chairman. Will you please stand up? Where's Summer? She does all of our social media, which is a great task, and we have Roger Garlock, our treasurer. He's ran for legislature before. Roger, will you stand up, please? Not back. Okay. Charlene Barron is our secretary, and she runs a popular page, Idaho for Trump, Facebook page. We have Elaine Price. We have Elaine Price. She's also running for city council, and I think she might run again. Michael Moore, who did our invitation. Great job with invitation, Michael. Michael's a former Montana legislator. You did 2 terms there. Beverly Gwinnett. Where are you, Beverly? There you are. Beverly recently was a president at the Cortland VFW and serving right now as president of Ray Republicans temporarily, but she gets things done. So you can see we've got a really great board, and of course, Christy Faber Ferguson, thank you for singing the national anthem. That was beautiful. Since our last dinner, over a year now, we normally have these in April. We have to put it off because of the COVID. But we've still been busy. We had some candidate forums. We did a URD town hall, Urban Renewal District town hall in Portland. I don't know if any of you remember that. We worked at the fair. We did a speaker event about anarchy. A lady that lived in Santiago, Chile. She described what was been happening there about 6 months ago that really resembles what is kind of happening here. So that was something eye-opener. When we were at the fair, we did this survey here just to see what people thought, about different property rights issues. And these are all the kind of issues that we work on. If you see it, higher property taxes, EPA abuses, urban renewal districts, planning and zoning regulations, state and federal land management, getting good candidates elected, maintaining our water rights. You can see the most popular ones were property taxes and getting good candidates elected. So what we've been doing also is attending a lot of county meetings and being there to try to help influence our elected officials to fight to keep our property taxes low. And then what we do through social media, our emails and Facebook, is we inform you guys on what's going on, where you can attend to help out. Like I said, that's the important thing. We're an alliance. That's the last word of our group. And Charlene the other day, it was funny. She's new to our board, and she's calling our group the Alliance. And that's kind of a Star Wars thing, if you're not familiar. But I really like that. It's kind of catchy, the Alliance. But like I said, that's where we as American citizens of our county can really do something by getting together with as many groups as we can. And we're in a constant process of doing that right now. And so that's another thing that we try to do. It's you know, to organize and inform people. When we fought the Hydro One trying to take over Avista, we put the word out on our social media and everywhere we could to get people to show up to the PUD hearings. And we put on our website and Facebook the information of why we don't want Hydro One to buy Avista. And most of you probably can have figured out by now that our power bill might have been double what they are now if that would have went through. But we were able to get the people to show up at these hearings, and that's what really turned the tide for the whole sale. And so there again, you know, that's why I enjoy what I'm doing. You know, I feel like it's a calling to do this, because we have tangibly been able to do things with our influence and in cases like that. So I myself, you know, even though I'm the president and they give me a $50 allowance, I don't really want to tell my wife how much I sometimes put in to help out the organization, but I do it because I believe in it, and that's why I'm so glad to see you here to help us raise the money so that we can continue to be ready for things that might pop up. There was some good news. I want to touch on the COVID thing a little bit. Today in the paper, it said the positivity rate went down to 5.2%. It's the 6th straight week that it's declined, and we're tied now with District 4, which is the other lowest county. But yet we're still locked down and masked up, and you know, it's just another fight for property rights, because the more this is going on, the more of us are losing our jobs, our businesses. Those things really get to me. I see people. There's a lot. You know, the government workers, they're all getting their full pay and their insurance and benefits. But there's a lot of us that need a way to fight back. And our group is assisting and working with other groups to try to push back, to try to get us all back to work, get us back to whatever normal may be. I do have to give credit where credit's due. Idaho is the 3rd freest state. South Dakota is number 1. I think Nebraska is too. I can't remember that one. But Idaho is the 3rd freest state. A few months back, I wanted to get out of here, and I went to South Dakota and spent some time, and I did see that. I went through Colorado and some other states, and they are in worse shape than we are as far as being free to move around. So part of that is, even though some of our elected officials are not, you know, we don't feel like they're following what the people that elected them want them to do. But that's what we need to do, is we need to push back where we can. But we also need to work with our elected officials that are on our side, that are listening to all of us. That's why we invited Janice McGeehan to speak tonight, because she's on our side. We're really happy to have her here. Thanks so much for coming.